Look what I caught. A giant problem. Welcome back to 6% Recycled. I bought my first big block MOPAR. It's 69 Fury. Sort of. Let's get working on it. It's freaking cold. I just picked up this flatbed F250 from Home Depot. Going to get my latest project, so we'll see more of that when I get there. Let's get going. I picked up this full K member from a 69 Plymouth Fury VIP with a 383 and a 727 transmission. For all at $200 from a new buddy. I bought some other stuff from as well, which you'll be seeing in the future. Oh, fun times. It's almost all the way loaded. Back with you in a bit. Well, it took a little longer than I'd hoped, but the 383 and everything else is in the back there. And get home, I'll talk to you when we get there. Undisclosed location in Detroit. Just get home and get this thing the hell out of here. Oh, there's camera human. Hi, camera human.
Hi.
What could possibly go wrong? Nothing at all.
So tell the people what you're doing.
Currently, right now I'm rigging up the engine leveler towards the front of the engine. And I'm going to put that chain towards the back of the subframe. K member or whatever you want to call it. I call it subframe. And hopefully we can lift this marginally straight. Okay. So, this is going to be fun. With the capitals. Oh, that's good. Oh, crap. Alright, well, show you that later. It's probably going to be a problem. Okay, hold on. I'm going to drive forward slowly. Unfortunately, the cherry picker couldn't pick the engine up any higher, so I thought the best plan of action was to drive forward out from under the engine. So let's see how all this goes. It is fun, kids.
No,
You're gonna ask me to.
this is not fun. Hey!
Issues?
Yeah, it took me with it.
What does that mean?
I was going this way.
You're going the way of the car, the truck. Okay. Well, when we figure this out, we'll be back. If I can. Yeah. Surprisingly, the engine bolts came out quite easily, which makes me scared. And we're gonna have to take the engine out of the subframe because it can't lift everything, and I'm an idiot. So let's try that. Oh, we still get the subframe off, but victory number one. Unfortunately, by the time we were able to get to the K member, it got dark on us pretty quick. You good?
Yep.
You're fine.
I didn't say nothing.
No, all I'm gonna do now is lower it, so it's probably gonna move back some. Like that. So, okay. Slide. finally got the truck back to Home Depot. Couldn't shoot any other stuff at the house because every minute I had that truck, it cost me money. And that's not Home Depot's fault, that's my fault for having it take so long. I definitely undercalculated what it was going to be, but it was still easier than the other things, and I needed a flatbed, and exactly what I got. So I'll regroup when I get back. I'm probably going to have to put the engine back on front game member, subframe, whatever you want to call it, when I get home. So see you in a bit. Got the truck back, got inside, had a quick bite to eat, and it's snowing. So I'm going to hurry up and put the engine back in the cradle. And I probably will show you too much because it's freaking snowing and I need to get this done. So see you in a minute. Engine's back in the subframe. It's covered. Chandler's back in the concrete, so I don't want it to rust. And the majority of that's covered. So we'll hopefully pick this up in the morning. I gotta go try to get the feeling back in my hands. It's 2 days later, unfortunately. We had a bunch of snow and it got really cold and I had stuff to do. So now it's time to blow all the snow off. Get this thing on wheel dollies and get it the hell in the garage after I blow all the mouse poop out of it. Yeah, it's good times. Here we go. All right, it's Mighty Morphin Untarpin time. Let's see what's left of it. Should actually be fine, just hopefully not frozen. Well, what I thought I saw when we took it off the trailer, or off the truck bed, is accurate. The valley cover is gone, and the engine's been exposed to garbage for I don't even know how long. So I'm inside the engine. I'm going to come here and get a little closer look. You see, this isn't supposed to be open. So my mask broke, so I'm going to get a paper mask, and I'm just going to blow everything off, because at this point it doesn't really matter. And then we'll figure out what in the hell we can do with this thing. So, be back in a second. Here goes nothing. Oh, I think there's a mouse nest in the intake. I'm not going to touch the mask, take it off. So I'm going to charge the air compressor back up, blow some more literal shit off, and we'll figure out what we're doing. It just had about 24 hours to warm up, because this thing was just oozing cold out of it. So let's do some basic stuff, and I know all this crap's screwed up, but let's try it and see if it even turns over. Try and, help. Oh, okay. The fan is just bent. All right, well, I'm going to take the fan off anyway, get some of this stuff out of the way, maybe take some of the hoses off, leave the lower hose on, because it is draining some fluid, and then I'm going to put a wrench to it and see if it'll even turn. Step one, I guess. Some of these belts out of here. I don't know what this serpentine belt's from, but certainly not this car. I guess in a way that bent fin is actually a good thing. It's holding it. Nope. Okay. Oh, so I'm assuming this isn't a factory fan, but if any of my MOPAR friends know, let me know. Oh, no alternator, of course. Oh, there's a lot of RTV on. Oh, there's a lot of RTV, and it's still sort of soft. It's time to tell you a little bit more about this engine, at least what I know anyway. It's supposed to be out of a 1969 Plymouth Fury VIP. It should be a 33 with a 727 transmission on it. It's got a 2-barrel. It's likely been sitting for probably 20 years, realistically. The subframe is toast in the back, so I don't know if any of this is usable, but I'm going to see if any of my friends want it, because if there's usable parts, I should use them. But let's get some more of this crap off. I honestly don't expect this thing to move. Oh, yeah, it's probably not going to. Just loosen the nut. Okay. Let's try from this side. Nope. It isn't going to make any difference, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the power steering belt off and see what happens. Come on. That might help a little bit. Probably not, but I can pretend. It's not even rubber anymore. Yeah, I'm just tightening the bolt. All right. Water pump spins. Guess I'm gonna go to step next, which would be try to pull the plugs, try to pull the valve covers and the intake off. I'd rather not do that, but this thing is stuck and I need to see what shape the valve train's in with it basically being open in elements for who knows how long. Got the spark plug soaking in PV blaster, but I almost forgot the most important thing. Is there even oil in it? No, but there's a lot of water in it. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to put that back for later. Just pretend I didn't see that yet. Okay, yeah. You just stay right there. The drain plug is at the very back of the engine, and it is 7/8 friggin' bolt, so... Oh, actually... Game free. I'm surprised. Yeah, man. And quite surprised. I'm going to get my big bucket, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be 90% water. I ain't going to be able to see too much until the fluid starts to flow in here. Please be soda oil. Somewhere, not 700 gallons of water. Oh, it's all water. Oop. It's still mostly frozen. Oh, in chunks. Here comes some chunks. Yeah, there's some chunks. Oh, hey, whoa, whoa. Gotta move the camera. Yeah, it's a lot of ice. And I suddenly feel the urge to pee. Don't know why. Oh, it's a chunk of something. It's about 2 gallons of water so far. Yeah, it's definitely got a pungent aroma to it. It just keeps going and going. It's picking up steam again. So, I'm going to bring you back when it's either done peeing or I have to change out the bucket, but I'll be back in a second. Brought the camera human out for a minute so I can dump bucket 1 of the engine water. I'm afraid to let it get any higher than that, so I'm going to dump this and put the bucket in, back in, and we'll go for round 2. Here we go for round 2. All right. So we'll see how it goes to round 2 and bring it back when it finally empties its bladder. Either way, I'm going to end up leaving the pin under the engine all night because I don't doubt that as it starts to cycle through, more stuff on the inside will de-thaw. It's the next morning. I had my 2,000 subscriber live stream last night, so I kind of lost track where it was at. But this had the whole night to drain all the, we'll call it oil, out of it. So hold the pan, put the drain plug back in, and figure out where we're at. I don't see. No, well, yeah, it's oil-like. It's really gassy considering that it's been probably 20 years since it's been changed. Using the big wrench, so I'm expecting these plugs to be frozen in place, let's just say. Okay, or not. That's interesting. Just a little crusty. Yeah, that means there's probably been water sitting in the cylinder. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, well, most of them are basically tight anyway. Wow. Guess in the long run that's a good thing. Oh, no. Water. Lots and lots of water. Oh, good. I got the drain pan just in time for it to make absolutely no difference. Yay. I think they're loose. No, this shouldn't affect the build that I plan on using this for, and I don't plan on using this block for the build. I plan on using it as a mock-up block. I hadn't said that before. No water. That's good. I had to throw the subframe off on jack stand, so I need the little wheel dollies for my Rambler project that's no longer mine. I had to get it turned around the driveway, so it's perfect time to try to cut this tire off. So let's see how this goes. Much better than I thought. And the added bonus, it smells like a burnout in my garage now. Oh, it's a tube tire. That's going to make things a little more complicated. Oh, this thing is a mess. That's... Yep. Okay. Well, at least the outer carcass is off. Get that out the side. Let's see if I can peel this tube off. Probably not, but it's a little sketchy. Oop. I can try to cut it, I guess. And off there. Come on now, come apart. There we go. I mean, it's still good, right? Well, I've never made the concoction everybody talks about of acetone and transmission fluid, so I'm going to try it out. This version is going to be mango flavored because it was the biggest bottle I could find for the cheapest at Speedway. Don't know how well this is going to go. These spark plug holes are damn near flat, so it's probably going to be sort of a problem to even get the fluid to stay in there. We'll find out together. I've not done this trick before. Not made this concoction before. Probably going to make a mess. Here goes nothing. Get it. It's full. Okay. Well, I should have looked the first time. I'm going to start looking before I start leaping. Oh, well, at least that chunk of my floor will be clean. Pour the last of the acetone I have in. And keep making the margaritas. All right. Oh, we're down to our last cylinder. Okay. Now, I'm probably just going to dump the rest of it in the intake. Because what does it matter? And I'll show you when we get there. So, no. Put on me. Unfortunately, I can't get the light in there enough for you to see it. So I'm just going to go ahead and soak what I can. Yeah, probably ain't going to do squat, but it's going to get some lubrication other than ice and water and rust. So next morning, I'm trying to get the valve covers off, and well, some of these, most of these, Bolts aren't actually bolts anymore. They're mostly 5-sided bolts now, or non-existent. So it should be interesting trying to get the valve covers off. I'm gonna get the ones I can. Yeah, I don't need that. Get the ones I can get off, and then either have to use a grinder to get the other ones off, or maybe I can get lucky and chisel them. But even trying to put a different size socket on them, they're rounding off really bad. I might be able to get this one off because it's just crust. Yeah, that's working. Fantastic. It's not like I'm trying to save these valve covers. All right, pry bar time. Oh, there's one more I didn't even notice. Yay. That's going to be fun. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, that came on. Right. Do not know the weirding ways of the MOPAR. All right, here comes the fun reveal. Oh, yeah, I'm totally. Okie dokie. To put it nicely, this is not going to run. I'm still going to try, but I give it about a 0% chance now. It was at 10 before. I didn't want to do that, but that bolt is not coming off, and this valve cover is rotted,
Well, that's not as bad.
to say the least. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's as bad.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah, look who just showed up to help me get stupid things. Alex from Huge Projects. See what's going on. So, let's show you the wonders of the 383 here.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a gigantic pile of not going to move, but still going to try to make it turn over at least.
A couple hammer swings, you might get that free.
Yeah, I'm just going to spend a couple hours tonight vacuuming the engine, because you know that's what you do.
You gonna put it all back together in the metal? All the pieces like a puzzle?
I'm going to JB weld all the rust back on there.
There you go.
I think that'll work well.
Perfect.
Let's fix your trailer.
All right.
For anybody who doesn't know, this hairy gentleman is Alex from Hubert's Projects, and he's helping me get my Jeep, and I'm basically trading him the Rambler for it. So we'll be loading a couple cars today. Fun times. Here we go. Just going to vacuum out all the loose junk, rust, and debris I can from the valves and from the upper intake area. This thing is pretty nasty, but hopefully we can still save. Let's see what we can do to get these rocker arms and shaft off. Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna like the smell of this thing once I get the heads off, because it's starting to smell kind of rank. Oh, that's a couple are coming with it. Okay, hey. Now I'll never know which order they were in. Oh, there's so much crust. Ugh. Let's see if this. Yep, that's not too. Well, it's only sort of gross. Oh yeah, those are. Ooh. Okay, apparently there was. I wasn't expecting that. There's pressure on that valve. Wow. Okay. Glad it didn't fly off. That would have sucked for my dental bills. This fuel line is basically now permanently attached to the fittings. No. I don't really need to get this off, but at the same point, if I don't, I'm just going to end up, stabbing myself with it. So I have no idea what kind of carburetor this is. You guys know, let me know. I'm going to take the link off, the coil. I tried to get the, I guess I don't have to get the distributor out, but it's going to have to come out sooner or later. No, well, I guess I don't have to worry about throttle kick down. Or the hose off the back of the intake that snapped off. Or this random fitting. Trying to get the bolts off the car here. The cobby. Oh, and there's no space. All right. I have to get some open-end wrenches. I'm not super well versed in carbs. Never really dealt with them much, especially being up here in Detroit. It was all basically late model stuff, doing prototyping, and I think it was basically fuel injection by the time I really started being a mechanic. So I am not well versed, to say the least. Down to the last bolt, I even got the choke plate off, and I had to bend this little lever right here, unfortunately, because this whole thing is just frozen. And this should be the last thing. One last little nut. Just one. Pretty sure some Mopar purists will probably be upset that I had to bend the lever, but, give it to you. Just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I'll mail it to you. Get off of there. All right, here's to hoping nothing eats my face. Wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah, something was definitely habitating in there. This last bolt for the coil bracket, and then I should be able to start evaluating just how bad these intake bolts are. Probably going to be pretty bad. Yeah. In theory, here goes nothing. Awesome. It looks like I can get the 4 outer bolts off, and I'm probably going to have to do something creative for the inner 4 bolts because they look kind of scary. I can't get the 4 inner bolts on the intake off to save my life. Tried bolt butter sockets. No good. Drilling out the center. Not so much. It's time to grind it. Now, Derek, who some of you might have seen, is off in the corner, and I've got 3 of the 4 off that I couldn't get, so let's just see if I can just break it. Which means it'll send this giant intake right towards Derek's face. That's Derek's off camera. No, I still got to grind these one off. Yeah, so I got one more head I'm going to have to grind off, which is over here. See what happens. You might want to open the door because I think I'm going to have to take this right out because there's hantavirus underneath here. I can't actually carry this thing. It's too heavy. This definitely exceeds my 20-pound lifting maximum. Okay, camera human can now be lifting stuff human. All right, camera human.
Not heavy. It's just dirty.
Well, it outweighs.
Why do you want this?
On the ground is fine, just not where someone's going to trip over it, please. Hey, those are some stylish footwear choices you made there.
Don't judge me.
Thermal insulation still there. Factory thermal insulation.
I think you mean Mouse House.
No, that's factory stuff.
I know, but it became a Mouse House.
Yeah, sure. The other stuff.
Oh yeah, that's Derek, by the way. You shouldn't see it. I really wouldn't touch that with my bare hands, my friend.
Yeah. And they did. They had the aluminum foil that wrapped it. Prevented it from getting soaked with water.
We're not going to have to sterilize Derek, which involves fire, so we'll be back.
With cold heat, but actually, it's squirrels. Squirrels mark where they hide their food. Wow.
Would you like a crystal squirrel rock?
Yeah, put it up there.
I ain't putting it up anywhere. It can go there. It's going to be cleaned.
Squirrel marker. Those other squirrels where other squirrels hid their food.
Yeah. All right, we're believing Derek. If you want to look that one up, let me know. I guess I should. No, that's shit. All right. You don't have to follow me to the trash. I don't know. I don't think this gasket's still good anymore.
It's a windage tray.
Yeah, it's a windage tray right now.
I don't know why they call it a windage tray. Is the wind supposed to go through it?
Don't try that at me.
You're in the general vicinity of the dirt where it's going, so. Still good. Look, it's still good. You want this?
Clean that up and reuse it.
Yeah, probably not. The cylinder's full.
I noticed that. That was
Yeah, cylinder's full. All right. Screw my driver. Oh. You're not going to want to be that close.
I'm not that close.
Oh, that's crusty. I think some of that might have been like a coolant passage issue or a carbon issue from the way it's built up. It's not just rust. Water passage is the same way. I don't know. I don't think these heads are still good anymore. I think they might need some porting and a polishing.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Ugh.
This is what people did. This
Yeah,
lower
get a shot.
radiator hose is a piece of exhaust tubing.
Yeah.
That's what you would do if you were in a jam. You'd be like, you go to Murray's and like, I'm gonna grab this piece of exhaust. It would fit a Cavalier.
The weird thing is, that means both of these on the same side. I've never seen a radiator like that. So it doesn't make any sense.
No. The logic of on both sides, no, but yeah.
Yeah, because then.
Gets the job done.
Mm-hmm. You don't even know what time is.
That's besides the point.
Fire one. Okay, fire more. No, it's on level 1.
Level 2.
No, kill mode, level 3.
Whoa. I was about to go.
Nope. Fire one. Oh, there's lots of holes in the frame. You'll have no trouble finding those. Fire 2.
Actually, that was fire 3.
That was actually fire more than that, but since on the camera when I edit it, it's only going to be fire 2.
It's a holiday. This my day.
You know the best part is, this is for all the this is for Dan specifically. I'm using a 17 millimeter socket to pull these bolts out because it fits. Oh, unfortunately, Derek was not kind enough to inform me that there are head bolts below the exhaust manifold, so this is hopefully the last bolt. Maybe they'll come off. Oh, good Lord. Anybody wants to make... Oh, I think that's a turd. Is that a poop? And
Yeah, that's the old thermal door.
No. This
Oh.
looks like a poop.
Let's see.
Looks like cast iron poop. This is what he's talking about with a thermal door. You gonna explain to the people what you mean by a thermal door?
I might get it wrong.
Well, that's actually YouTube loves that.
We all removed them.
Yeah.
That was the first thing we did. When we built up the car. It was like an open air filter, remove the thermal door, all that stuff. Filter in place, Scotty too hotty. Whoa.
Yeah, don't even start that. Don't even start that, because old steel trap for nicknames over here. I got enough nicknames. I don't need more. I hope you're filming.
I am.
Okay.
That looked like only 6% of the 4 gallons you mentioned.
Well, yeah, I already drained the 4 gallons. Captain Fun's a lot. Yeesh.
Stinky.
Mm-hmm. It's strawberry milkshake. Be very careful. I mean to get a nice shot of your tuchus there.
You could have got over there.
Well, you ran a little fast, like something was heavy and uncomfortable. Was that slow sucky?
Yes,
Okay.
because it's dirty.
See, I probably not even get myself in frame here, but I'm medically limited to lifting 20 pounds after fracturing my spine. So that's she's here to film and carry heavy things. So all the bolts are out. Wasn't too bad. Now I'll employ the heavy lifting camera human and see how bad this actually is. The driver's side of the engine is in much better shape. Still crappy, but much better. I'm going to try to rotate the engine one more time for no apparent reason. Might make a tiny bit of difference. Not heads on, but I doubt it. Yep, that would be a... Oh, no, that bolt's tightening. All right. Start taking all the stuff off the front. So you'd probably take the water pump out first. Or the impeller. It's gonna get messy. I wonder what we're gonna find here other than probably a smell.
They found this.
Thank you, Captain Comments. It's actually, there's no play, there's no run out or anything in this. There's a heck of a lot of rust. You can see where the water line was, or whether literally the water line. Oh, chop, 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 chop. Zip these off. Power steering pump will be off. Oh, I guess it's technically already off, but now it can be off the bracket. Fries are done. Oh, hey, there's actually some fluid in there. That's why the bucket. It's probably been on here since the Carter administration. And he did. Let's see, mostly water? Mostly, well, some oil. I think this is actually a flywheel bolt, because that's the only place I've ever seen that specific marking on a bolt before. Again, more brackets. Yeah, I have never done a big block Chrysler, so I'm fairly sure I'm missing a bolt or two. I just don't know where they are. I don't see anything unless there's a bolt hiding behind this water neck. Oh, that's a great design. Oh, that was a smart design. There's a bolt hiding. Oh, that hurt. Yeah, you kind of probably can't see much. Let me scrubbing it off. There's one right there. That'll be fun to get out of there. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. Sort of did. No, it didn't. Oh, I guess it did. Oh, yeah, there's powerful, stinky, rusty water smell coming now. There, now I can get that bolt. Ooh. Well, that's a heavy SOB. Yeah. If you take everything off, it's easier. More blacktop?
Keep it. They need it.
Need it?
Yeah, to build your parking spot.
Yeah, it's not how I'm building my parking spot. Thank you. Got the hold down off for the distributor. I don't think this is actually going to come out. Oh, God, no. Okay. Yeah, let's pop the distributor cap, see what it looks like at least. Oh, that's going to be fun. Assuming this actually comes on. Oh, man, actually. Nope. Yeah, that's going to be a barrel of fun. Oh, that's 7 layers of crusty. Okay, that's going to have to wait. All right. I'm assuming I'm going to need a puller. Get this off. I will see in a second. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that was much easier than I expected. Now, it's not going to be that easy with the harmonic balancer. I'm going to have to... Not sure I have a puller that'll work with it. I'm going to have to figure that one out. I was trying to get away with my slide hammer to pull the harmonic balancer, but that's not so much. But I ended up renting this little unit from the fine folks at O'Smelly's, and that's doing the job. I'm just gonna have to buy one of these. Ooh, there's a lot of crud back there. Yep. Harmonic balancer is off. Alright, there's 2 bolts on the bottom cover, so let's figure out what size they are and take those off. Doing this real quick, I gotta figure out what size bolts are in the bottom of the pan, and I don't want to do that at the moment. Just do all the top stuff now. Whoa, that's crusty. One of my future projects is going to use a 383. As like I said before in the video, I'm going to use this as a mock-up block. I'm getting another engine from, a cleaner engine from my friend Duckster. Duckster's Wolverine Garage. I'll put his link in the description. And it'd be nice to have a way to do that conveniently and not have to worry about his block. He's giving me getting damaged at all. And actually be able to send it out to have it machined. I should have. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's she's a bit sludgy. Clean out the cam bolt. A lot of this goo. Yeah, that's goopy. Get off of there. I buy these cheap wire brushes from Harbor Freight because they don't last too long when you glue them up. I'm not going to spend the time to clean them. Contact. There we go. It's probably going to stand up on its own. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much standing on its own. That's cute. Would anybody like some MOPAR art? Freeze framed. Yeah, like literally it'll just stand here on its own. I don't expect this to move. Even all the stuff I just did and pulled off. Just gonna keep tightening the bolt. Yeah, that's not doing anything. Okay. Maybe I can find a way to pull the distributor out of there now. Get us a little farther along. Oh, that's just all crust. Keep trying to persuade it to leave. Nope. It's like it's going back to its sandcast forms. It's reverting back to Mother Nature. Oh, yes. A little cap plate. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I need a sandwich. Brute force and sheer stupidity win sometimes.
Told ya.
Yeah, the important part of that sentence was sometimes. As in, not most of the time. I just realized I hadn't taken the starter off. Now, it's not really going to make a difference, or it shouldn't unless it's engaged permanently. But it might give me a chance to get the bolts off. I can't get the thing to spin over, separate the engine from the torque converter. Hopefully I'm not missing another bolt, but yeah, I'm probably missing one of the bolts. Oh, there's a lot of junk just came out of there. The next step is to go ahead and separate the engine from the trans, but before that, I need to go ahead and vacuum all this crap out of the engine and all the fluid out of the cylinders, and then I found... I'm just going with it being mud. I don't even want to think about what it might actually be other than that. Drain pan's down there. That's going to be a problem. That's a interesting conundrum there. I guess we should actually see if there's any fluid in the transmission. It actually seems fairly normal and okay, considering how bad everything else has been. Maybe the transmission's good. I was able to get all the lifters up and off of the cam, and I'm going to try something fairly stupid now to see if I can pop the cam out of here. I don't think I'm making any headway. I'm just going to have to soak the crap out of the cam. I can't get it to spin up, tighten the bolt on it, and it's just, I felt like it was going to shear the threads off, so, or at least the head off. Just going to have to soak the crap out of it, and maybe it'll come out at some point. And remember, it's not a stupid idea if it works. This didn't work, so I guess it's a stupid idea. I've done everything else I can think of up to this point, so it's just time to start taking the bolts off the transmission and see about separating. I probably should actually drain the pan. That ain't gonna be fun. Take the cover plate bolts out. Take any of the other mounting bolts out of the bottom here. And then I'm likely going to try to drain the pan because there's fluid in there. Like I said, this transmission might be good, so let's try to keep it. Oh yeah, if you're in a weird spot, you can't really get both hands on the wrench, put your finger on the socket as you're rolling it backwards, and you can keep undoing the fastener. It isn't perfect. It's better than nothing. I should just have 2 bolts loosely in the front of the pan, but I think this pan is silicone in place. Yeah, it is. All right. So I'm gonna let it slow drain for a few minutes, and then I will pop it down a little more. This fluid doesn't really look contaminated. I'm not seeing milkshake. Let's see if we can get more of it out. It's been draining for a while. Nope, that'll work. Fluid really isn't bad at all. It's all in burnt, but it's not bad. This last little bolt free. I can fully drop the pan. Get all the goo out of here. Actually, all the fluid. There we go. There's definitely a little bit of water intrusion into it, but overall this thing's in pretty dang good shape, all things considered. We'll let the transmission drain for probably a good 20-30 minutes, and then I'll slap this back on, and hopefully we can get the dang thing apart. That's going to be interesting. We're going to go ahead and push this carcass out of here, pull the engine, slide the subframe out, and then separate the engine from the transmission. We might have to use the chain to lift the back, because the transmission might still want to go over hard, but we'll see in a minute. Yeah, the transmission's still going to be a pain in the butt, so reset. All right, attempt number 2. Thankfully, this cherry picker lifts on, pump up and down. It's catching the frame. Fixed it. Pump or 2 and I'm done with this part. Slide this frame out of here. Oh, okay. This stupid speedo cables drive me nuts. We're gonna put that 1,000-mount capacity of this little Harbor Freight cart to the test. Don't try this at home, kids. Ta-da! Ooh, that's powdery. Then we're gonna pull the trans bolts and hopefully drop the transmission. We will see. It's still gonna be complicated because I can't get the bolts off the flywheel or that flex plate. Sorry, too used to manual transmissions. This should be the last one. Hey! Oh, there's a... Oh, yuck.
It looks like kitty litter.
It's likely mouse bedding and urine.
Grody.
Pretty much. Okay. Whew, okay. Now I can feel my fingers again. This camera human called the kitty litter out of here. And I will throw away these gloves and never talk of this again.
You're having a bad day with brushes.
Apparently so. Well, I certainly don't want to touch this shit. We put the transmission on the wheel cart and hide it under the tarp for the time being, and then it's time to dismantle the engine. I don't currently own an engine stand, so we're going to do this sort of hacky. And we're going to flip the engine upside down on that cart. Don't worry, the rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. This is going to be a big giant ass mess. Yes, this will work eventually.
stand on that thing again?
No, it's fine. Wheels are on the ground.
No, they're not.
Wheels are on the ground. It's fine.
Rest of the way.
It's going to be a little bit. We're going to put it on one head and see if it wants to keep flipping or not. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Let go. Let go. No, don't. Slowly lower the hoist. It's much easier with a straight 6. Done this many times with Jeep engines with no trouble. And mission accomplished. Okay. Reposition on the cart a bit, and then it's done. Ooh, sunlight. Oh, God. Just wiped all the excess junk off the oil pan bolts, pull all the bolts, and then we'll see what's in here. Alright. Now let's pull this bad boy off and smell what the block is cooking. Oh, that was easier than I expected. And let's enjoy the smell.
Oh, dear God, it's crusty.
Yeah, that's a lot of burnt. Not bad though, surprisingly. I figured this would be just absolutely horrible. And it's better than I expected. A little sludgy. It's a little sludgy. Yeah, we bent the dipstick just a little bit. I don't think it's still gonna work so much. Hey, much easier when all the bolts are out of there. Don't want to touch this gooey bastard.
What is that?
This is the oil pump pickup. It goes. This would be the pump, and this is the pickup that goes in the bottom of the pan and sucks the oil up out of the pan like so.
Oh.
There we go.
Fixed it.
A little low and a little bent. I'm going to try to get all the wrist pin bolts out for the connecting rods. I'll take the main cap bolts off, and then maybe we'll be able to do something with this. I'm not real sure yet. Oh, this isn't the dumbest frickin'. I got it off. Now I just gotta get the other one. That was luck. I'm glad my friend Derek let me use his sockets, because the ones I got from Harbor Freight would not have gotten in there. Like how there's no clearance on any of these bolts that you can't get to. Thanks, Chrysler. Oh, okay. Whew. All that to take this stupid ass little piece off. And the torque converter. Never gonna get this to rotate as it sits, but I did remember that I have these little adapters, so you can put a wrench on a socket, and it's letting me get the bolts out. At least get them started. Oh, no, good. I didn't lose it. I'm not going to be able to get one of them, though, unfortunately. Okay, that bolt is too close to the cylinder wall. But if I've only got one I got to deal with, I'll probably get stuff moved. Start getting these main caps off, and I was going to hit them with a punch, but they're all marked with numbers. So at least I don't have to do that. You can sometimes use a bolt to help you extract the cap. There they are. See, they're really not... Bearings are not in that bad of shape. I really do think this engine was likely parked. The vehicle this engine came from was likely parked. And was still a viable engine. But that was a long time ago. I was older than Pickle at this point, in all likelihood. This is BP before Pickle. Oh, that worked better than I thought. A harebrained scheme to try to help lift the crank out is to put the cherry picker on it, bend the ear of this flex plate, and also lift from here with the chains. So hopefully it'll come up a little bit. Maybe I can get to those other nuts that I can't get and then pop this thing off. I got to take the caps off the piston rings, or piston. I have to take the caps off the rods first. Trying to knock the caps off that I can. Going through, I noticed one of these bolt-in rubber replacement freeze plugs. And on this side, there is no freeze plug. And it looks like something was probably living in there at some point. So, I don't see any damage, but if nothing else, this thing is going to be a good mock-up block. I figured before I try my lifting trick, I'll see if maybe it'll move now. Very little is actually connected to it. Yeah, that'd be a no. This is the best stupid idea I've had all day. I would have figured, hopefully, if I don't trip on the cardboard, a couple of good whacks will start to get it moving. Probably not, but I can hope. I don't want to hit it with a BFH, but I might have to. I'm getting all the goo off the engine. Shock load in it was not helping. Try something real quick. It ain't gonna make a difference, but maybe.
That was fun.
Hmm?
That was fun.
Not that.
It's dropping.
Huh?
It got lower.
Okay, with these safety glasses on, I can't see, and I was just blocking the camera anyway. Got a couple pistons to come free. So I'm going to try to move it around and drop it once I get the cart back in the right spot. Oh, yeah, there's a piston that came out. One piston. No waiting. Maybe I can get that bolt off. One of the bolts that is stuck and I can't get to is now open with the cylinder that piston came out of. Maybe I can get the wrench in there. We'll figure it out and we'll be back after these words from our sponsor. Actually, working. See? Nothing is impossible, kids, if you're determined and stupid enough to keep trying. it's floating. Now this should come out. Oh, good Lord in heaven.
Finally.
Yeah. Very hard-earned victory. I'm gonna take like one of those fish pictures. Like, look what I caught. Look what I caught! A giant problem. It's 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday. I didn't want to have to finish this, but I forgot that I need to get the crank off. Get it upright. Get over here. You know, I really don't want to have any more fight with this thing. I just want it to come off. Now I can set it down, get the other two bolts off of it, and get the torque converter off and ready for Dougster. Is there some kind of magic with these MOPARs? Oh yeah, that's heavy. But thankfully it'll sit consistently with the flex plate. I got all but two of the pistons to come out of the cylinders, and it's the two that are in the worst shape, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. I might try to pull them out. Come on, get out of there. Get out there. Out of your home. You're being evicted. The 6 I got out are definitely not great, but they're not horrible. The other two are pretty bad. The cylinders are also really bad. Let's see what I can do to knock this piston out. And this one's going to be our problem child. It has the most damage in the cylinder wall. There you are. Well, I don't want to crank on my foot. Looking forward to cleaning my garage. This is gross. Definitely some MOPAR purists who are probably cringing right now. This is not my preferred method. But you can do what you gotta do sometimes. There we go. Whew, that was fun. That was good. Now we just have one piston left. I think I'm going to have to pull it back because that cylinder has one of those stalactites or growth on the cylinder. I don't want to try to fight through that. So, we'll see how slide hammer works. Well, the slide hammer trick didn't work, so we ended up flipping the engine over, sort of both on purpose and accident. So I'm going to give it a couple tappy taps and see what happens. That's solid. Yeah, that's real solid. Well, it moved. All right. Piston's a little extra dished. Yeah, this is got all this funk in the cylinder, all the stalactites and stalagmites. A little stuck in there. Just a little. I think that piece is done. Well, I wish you guys had let me know that, you know, the cylinder blocks and MOPARs aren't straight through and there's stuff at the bottom, because I just spent 10 minutes trying to push piston out a way it can't go. So, oh yeah, and I drilled holes in it too because I was going to drill the body of it out. So, in all likelihood, we're just going to see bits of piston go flying out the bottom. Just spent about 20 minutes getting all the junk out of the cylinder. We lubricated it. And now it's time to hopefully pound that piston out. Get a big block, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I almost forgot to decode the engine. It's actually sitting under this pile of stuff with the Launchero they got finished, because I didn't shoot these out of order or anything. But let's go through the numbers on the engine block. The numbers on the upper right-hand part of the engine block are D383 space 98 spaced R. Can't find anything that actually tells me what those mean. If you guys know, please let me know. The engine was cast in 1967, and the 2468 number corresponds with a 1958 to 71 according to Engine Lab's website. I'll link that here. It's definitely a 383 and was definitely built in 1967. It corresponds with the owner's recollection of the 68 or 69 Fury VIP, which apparently an upscale car. Glad I got the experience out of the way. I've got my first MOPAR out of the way, got all that stuff done, but that was definitely the worst thing I worked on the channel so far. I'm glad I'm going to be able to use it as a mock-up block. I'd hope to get it running, but that just wasn't in the cards. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and there'll be more cool car stuff coming soon. Just having a tiny bit of a setback. Unfortunately, my foot is back in a surgical boot, and Max is still kicking. Who's your boy? How's that boy? See you next time. Thanks for watching.